I love this so much. It's very Celtic. Speaks to me. It's just like, it's just the best version, remix-wise. Anyway, hi. Today I'm looking at the Mahi-Mahi rework. I've already seen it. I played on it because I finished recording my compilation. And so I'm also going to review Kraken in this video. But the main reason I'm doing this is because I want to review Mahi-Mahi. Also, you can tell by the fact that it's no longer in the corner, but I did not like the face cam. It was... just didn't add anything. I don't think my backdrop is interesting either. But also, it's really hard to breathe in that thing. Like, in order to get the mask to the shape that I wanted it to be, I had to put it on really tightly. And lastly, if you hear some clattering in the background, I'm being a dad at the moment. We have a puppy. That I have to keep an eye on. Do you hear that? Okay, she's eating a bone, which is good. As opposed to like a shoe. Anyway, Team Bears. Tricolour. Also, I like this lobby music too. This is like just silly, goofy fun. Back as Agent 4 today. No Agent 18 like I was on Undertow. Primarily because Agent 8 is on Team Bunny. And the main OC, Officer Unnie, is on Team Chicks. So, look, you can jump across this, by the way. People don't do that. People are scared to do that. Oh, great. I'm not looking at the, thing today either. I'm not looking at, like, a normal monitor. I'm looking back at the preview on my software, which is very framey still. I haven't fixed it. But I just, like... this was very thrown together recording. As it often is. Anyway, this map's very open. It's very flat at the beginning, but after the tide drops, that flatness dissipates and it becomes quite hilly. See, it's very flat at the moment because it's not hit halftime. And they were about to hit halftime, but I stopped them. I helped stop them anyway. Yeah, it's very flat and very open. I like this map a lot. It feels like everybody's able to move on it. I don't feel shafted when I play a slow weapon. I don't feel overpowered when I play a fast weapon. It's just really nice to move on. Ah, great. We didn't see the tide go down, but it still feels nice to move on when the tide goes down as well. And I think it's a bit defender favoured when the tide is up, but when the tide goes down, I think it becomes a bit, I've got that the wrong way around, haven't I? I think it's a bit attacker favoured before the tide goes down, but after it feels a bit more defender favoured, which is good, because it should be. It should feel like that. That's kind of the point of the tide going down on Mahi-Mahi, and I feel like that meaning has been lost in Splatoon 3, since Mahi-Mahi just doesn't have the same level of, like, roots. Like, the whole point of Mahi-Mahi, in my eyes, is that you get more ground in the middle to move on when the tide goes down. So, you're just given, like, more, I don't know, just, like, you're given... struggling. You're given more of mid to move in. That's what I was trying to say. You're given more of mid to move in, which is fine. You have that in Splatoon 3, but like it just doesn't, because of the way Splatoon 3 is made, like it doesn't open up any new routes or anything. It doesn't change or make existing routes harder to use for the enemy or anything. It just doesn't change much when the tide goes down on normal Mahi-Mahi now. But here, it does feel like it changed the tides of the game. It does feel like it gives the losing team more of a chance. So, I like that about this stage. Ay, no! Taka time! Also, I've had a lot of mirror matches on Tricolour, specifically. I don't get it in the main game. She's harassing the big dog now. I wonder, like, what would I have picked? What team would I have? What weapon would I have picked if I hadn't gone Team Theirs? Nice. Yeah, here it is. This is very hilly. Yeah, very hilly now. And still feels nice to move on. Yeah. And it still feels nice to move on, so it's like, you know, really nice. Now to talk about Kraken, because I have less happy language on that. Kraken is such a disappointment in this game. I find it so disappointing in this game. I think it moves too slow. Cool. I think it moves too slow for it to be a two-shot. Because it being a two-shot makes it, like, a lot less fun to use. Making it a two-shot makes it just a lot less fun to use, in my opinion. And, yeah, it has the charge slash. That is a one-shot now. But it's so slow and feels stuttered to the point where it just doesn't feel nice to use. The startup, I think, is too much. You're no longer safe using Kraken, which is like, it's fine giving it a bit of startup, because it didn't have it in Splatoon. It had no startup. It was just instant invincibility and instant ability to kill. So it's fine that it's like been removed in a sense. So it should have startup, but I think giving it startup and removing its insta-killing abilities 100% of the time was too much. I just don't like it anymore. I think all they really should have done to it is make it, like, move a tiny bit slower and give it the startup. I don't think we needed to make it a two-shot most of the time. And making it a two-shot most of the time just sucks a lot of the fun out of it, in my opinion. Good lord. Go and play with it. Go play with the puppy. Go. Go play with Dasha. Yeah, Kraken is... Kraken feels too slow now. It feels like everything is too delayed. The startup is too much. And they also got rid of its ability to super jump, which means a lot of the things that it used to work on don't work anymore. So giving it to Elita and also to Kraken Splatoon makes a lot less sense now than it did back then. And then also, Kraken, now that it's a two-shot, I think allows for more experimentation with bombs. Because I think they're scared to give Kraken a bomb, because Kraken was so good in Splatoon 1 that it basically worked on its own and you didn't need to give it a bomb. So you could just give the weapon a utility sub that worked with it, and then give it Kraken, and Kraken works on its own as well. Like, it doesn't even need synergy because it's so good by itself that I just don't think never giving it a bomb is necessary anymore. It was a lot more necessary in Splatoon 1 than it was in Splatoon 2, because then, like, than it is now. I mean, yeah, this is definitely too... Yeah, they did way too well. No! Tasha! No! Hang on. I'm gonna have to go in a second. Good lord. Hiya. What are you doing? Stop that. What are you doing now? No, Tasha. Tasha, have this. Have this. Have this. Get it. Oi. 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 No. 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 What do you have to say? What do you have to say? Speak to YouTube. What do you have to say? Oh, whatever. I'll just finish it here. Basically, everything that Kraken has given here is utility sub. And 4, because this is the same weapon, 4 of the 5 kits are references. And I don't think reference kits work in this game. This is a whole different topic at this point. But for Kraken specifically, in Splatoon 1, Kraken was instant startup, instant kill, and had the ability to super jump during its duration, and it feels really fun to use. In this game, it has a lot of startup. Don't scratch my blanket. It has a lot of startup. It has the charge attack. It doesn't insta-kill most of the time. And you can't super jump with it. And so pretty much every reason you picked Kraken in Splatoon 1 is now gone and replaced with something else. So it's not the same type of special anymore. It's much more of a displacement tool than anything, and it doesn't really have as much opportunity to be a big attacking thing anymore, because the duration is so low, because the startup is so long, and because the end lang is so long, and because you can't super jump out at any moment. You have no safety using it anymore, and so it's best used as a displacement tool now, in a weird way, because if you pick it open, if you crack it open, everybody runs away, whereas before I almost feel like everyone hid. And that was the reason you picked it. But nobody's like that anymore. So, it's a different thing. And so I think most of these kits just don't work for it. The same way that it used to. Oh. Oi! Well, that's why you don't eat shit that you find in the sofa, isn't it? There we go. But yeah, that's basically it. It's such a different special now. And you don't pick it for the same reasons that you used to. So most of these kits just don't work. The 2 kits with Beacon don't work at all the same as they used to, because now, the last few seconds of your duration are spent looking for a hiding spot so that you can jump out, which kind of means that Beacon isn't what it used to be on Kraken anymore. So Kraken, Splatoon, and Elita don't work the way they used to. Point sensor was always useless on it, but heavy splatling, being a backline, is always in a nice position. I think heavy splatling was the best one that has Kraken. Blobber is something that honestly works well on its own, so it would have perfectly fit the old version of Kraken. But now if you just, now you have to go and hide before you start using it. So I don't know, same issue as like Kraken, to be honest. Except it can't really jump out in the same way, but for Blobber, the issue is slightly different, because with Kraken was out in the field all the time. It could just pop it wherever. You could still hide a beacon to jump to anywhere at any point. So from the fact that it has marker versus beacon, that's what makes it slightly different. Otherwise, it's a very similar issue. And Kraken now being a 2-shot means that there are combo opportunities. Like, I want to see Kraken burst bomb now. Like, in a weird way, I kind of hope that Aerospray PG gets its Splatoon 1 kit. Because, well, that's assuming Aerospray PG will even exist, but Aerospray PG in that game had burst bomb Kraken. And, like, it was like, whatever. But now, if you gave Aerospray burst bomb Kraken, it could throw the burst bomb and then pop Kraken and then potentially get a 2-shot. And I feel like Kraken is missing that. Like, we need to give Kraken more bombs, because there's combo opportunities there. I think the devs have bastardized Kraken so much, not necessarily a bad thing, but they've bastardized Kraken so much that it's such a different special now. It has different use cases. There's more room for experimentation with it, and it has more of a need for synergy than it used to need, because, as I said, it used to just be able to work on its own, basically. Another special that has this issue is Bubbler. What are these kits? These are both reference kits. This is awful. Like, this is a reference kit to Disruptor Bubbler. Disruptor lingered. The effect lingered on you for 5 seconds, I think. And it also didn't deplete your ink tank, but it slowed you down a lot for some amount of time. So, yeah, this kit in Splatoon 1 was very harassing. And it also had the invincibility special, so invincibility special, slow down your opponent and then shoot them. Perfect. Great. Look at it now. Why would you ever want that? Toxic Mist doesn't work. Similarly, Bamboozler. Bamboozler's not a reference kit in this game. However, do you know what is a reference kit? Idea for Bamboo, which it could get, is Toxic Mist Wavebreaker. Do you know how upsetting that would be? Because Disruptor was phenomenal on Bamboozler in Splatoon 1. I played that for the compilation, obviously, and it was perfect. It felt great to use. But if you gave it Toxic Mist and Wavebreaker, I think I'd cry for Bamboo mates. Because good lord, that would suck. That'd be terrible. But yeah, I didn't like using Kraken. I did not have fun making the compilation this Splatfest. And I will be very happy to be going back to Nautilus, which has worked fantastically well. I always knew I was going to main it if it got Suction Bomb. I love this kit so much. This is so good. This feels great to use. So, that's what I'm doing for the rest of this Splatfest. Ciao, my dudes. What are you looking for? Careful. Oi! Sasha! Stop harassing her. Finally got her asleep.